How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. It's a nice, wonderful day. It's always a good day for printer unboxing. Always a good day for printer unboxing. That. This room is a mess. I'm currently in the process of... Got a new countertop I got to put on. Probably doing that tomorrow in the morning. I got to clear off my desk here and make some room. I'm hoping to have the whole room reorganized in the next couple weeks because I ain't got no room. So how's everyone doing today? Jason, thank you for becoming a member. So today, we've got the KP5. I don't know if it's the KP5L or the M. Apparently there's a few different versions of this printer, but this printer has a little bit of a story. So you may be wondering, another unboxing? Again, now what's going on? Well, this printer was supposed to be pretty much right after the KP3S. I guess Kingroon liked my unboxing of the KP3S. They're like, hey, can we send you another printer? I'm like, hey, I like the printer you just sent. Sure, why not? And then this guy disappeared into the black hole that is Canadian Customs. I think they opened the box too. So this went poof, and just it was gone. So first off, Kingroon, don't put your printer's value as $50 because when a big old box like this that says 3D printer on it shows up and it says $50 value, Canadian Customs going to get a little sus. So they snatched it. And then I sent the any paperwork I had, which was like none. And then they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. And then like, I don't know, a month, 2 months later, it finally showed up. So here we are now. So we're just going to unbox it, set it up, check it out. All the organization. I might set up a time lapse, but basically it's just going to be me taking a bunch of stuff that I've been hoarding and throwing it in a box. Or throwing it in the garbage. So I might not do the cleaning up aspect, but I might do some stuff. I want to move some stuff around because I want to get a second camera angle. Because while I like this camera angle, I think it's this camera angle I like for building, but I think for unboxings, a second camera angle more direct on would be a little bit more beneficial. The problem is I only have like an 11-foot room to work with, and half of it you see right now. So, what is this? This is the KP5 from Kingroon. It's a bed flinger. It's a more traditional style printer, I guess. We're going to take a look at it. I don't have time, I think, today for a full 3-hour stream. See what we can do. But we'll get it unboxed. We'll do a test print and go from there. And also, I know I've mentioned it on a few times. I like the curse of being a 3D printer YouTuber is catching up, and now I have way more printers than I need. No, I'm not going to drive and meet you halfway if it's a 6-hour drive, so you can have a free printer. If I do give away these printers, it'll be something like Joel, where he's giving them away at an event. He's giving away a bunch if you're in if you're near Protopasta, I think he just put out a tweet. Let me see here. So if you're in the upper Midwest, let me find him here. Joel Telling. Tomorrow at Protopasta. There you go. 5 p.m. giving away 20 3D printers. So if you think I got a problem with spare 3D printers, imagine Joel. So he's giving it away at an event. If I give these away, it'll be at an event or for something. I just don't want to I'm not going to meet some random person in like the Sobeys parking lot and go, here's a printer. We'll figure something out. But yeah. So the problem is where I live, there's nothing for events. Like I live in Southern Ontario, and where Southern Ontario, as south as you can go. And there's like no events near me. There's no maker fairs. There's no rep festivals. There's really nothing. Yeah. And like, I guess I could load my car up with printers to bring to Earth, but I already don't like crossing the border as is, with my reason being YouTuber. to go 9 hours to a rep wrap event. I don't want to show up with like, I don't want customs to be like, why you got 8 printers in your car? So I've been pulled into customs before and I don't like it. Paperwork. So we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. And also, hey, if you want to win some printer filament, we give away a spool of Polymaker every stream. So if you want some of this good old-fashioned printer food from Polymaker, it's Polyterra. Prints really good. Link in the description. Enter. We give away a spool every stream. Mad Money Makes, we got nothing here. Yeah, you're... I can't remember. No, that DeWitt's Calgary, I think. You're like up in the GTA area, aren't you? Nothing in Detroit. That's crossing the border. I already don't like crossing the border as is. Like, it's not as bad as it used to be. It was really bad during COVID, so I never did, but. Okay, so we got, what do we got here? We got a manual. Kingroon KP5. Shenzhen Keypang Technologies. Cool. So there's the KP5M and the KP5L. Personally, I'm hoping it's the M. I don't need another big bed flinger. Not GTA 10 minutes south of London. Oh! Oh, geez, you're not far from me. I'm down in Windsor. You're like 2 hours north of me. But yeah, there's nothing around us. There's nothing in southern Ontario. And you would think Windsor being as big as it is with like injection molding, it's like the injection molding, one of the biggest places for building injection molding tools in North America, we would have, you know, more stuff with that. But no, nothing. No. I think we used to have a maker space, but I think it closed during COVID. And that's about it. Any news on Voron 2 or 02? Oh, whenever the manual's done. Okay, so we got the basic assembly. Cool. There's Ontario Cannabis Service. Dude, since they legalized it, which I got nothing against it. I got nothing against the devil's lettuce. Not my thing, but whatever. But when you drive down the street and there's like one every like half block, like the market's saturated. Okay, I don't know how they're all gonna crash. There's no way. There is more pot shops on certain streets than there are Tim Hortons. So yeah, if we don't have an event, make one. I'll think about it. The problem is I don't think there's enough people near me on this channel. Like, as awesome as this channel is, and as awesome as you guys are, and gals and peeps and whatever, I don't know if we have enough people in the area to have an event. Toronto is 90% weed shops at this point. That's the thing, like, it's a closed market. Like, I don't know how they can justify their existence, that many stores. Like, again, I've got nothing against it. And anyone who starts a business, I wish you the best of luck. But the market is saturated. So do I have a place for that printer? On my desk until we're done this review or unboxing. It's not a review. And then afterwards, we need to discuss on Print Busters. Discuss what, Bear Squad? It's going to be funny how we both have to travel 9 hours before we meet up for an hour. Yeah, I know. Like, Earth was kind of good. Earth is like a sub 4 hour drive. Or correction, Murph was like a sub 4 hour drive. I was really lucky with Rapid this year. Because I guess Rapid, TCT moves locations every year. But it's like, they do it a lot in Detroit and Chicago. Which Detroit is 30 minutes from my house. And Chicago is like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So both of those are, actually no, it's like 3 or 4 hours. But still, those are within range. Earth is going to suck. I got to drive like 9.5 hours to go to Earth. And it's too far, or it's not far enough to justify flying, but it's still a long drive. Like, I'm leaving the Friday, and then I think I'm going back on the Tuesday. I booked a hotel for extra days just in case. Ever been to Vegas? Nope. I've my journeys in the land of the rising griddled waffle is not too big. I've been to. Oh man, this thing's really in there. There we go. In high school, I was in the jazz band, and I did travel to Disney World. So I've been from the Windsor area down to Disney World in Florida, or is it Disneyland? Whatever the one in Florida is, and then back on a bus. And then I've been to Detroit. I've been to Goshen, Indiana. For work, I've flown down to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Coleman, Alabama for service calls. That's it. That's all I've been to the States. Oh, and Frankenmuth in Michigan. That's about it for my journeys in Yankee Doodle Land. So not too much. Cheers, Chris. How far am I from LTT? Let's see here. According to Google Maps, I am a 37-hour car drive from LTT. And that's the short road if I cut through the U.S. If I stay in Canada, it's like 4 days. So yeah, it's 4,000 kilometers. I'm 4,000 kilometers away. Exactly 4,007 kilometers away from LTT, roughly. So yeah, that ain't happening. Although I would drive through Seattle so I could go say hi to Joel on the way. Also, what is that? Holy cow, you made it. You do know the States is relatively safe. Like, it's because American media just posts about everything. Like. So it comes with 3 spare nozzles, a touchscreen, some rollers, some gubbins in a bag. No filament. I don't get this. I don't get the pleasure of throwing away a crappy roll of filament. Oh no. Whatever will we do? Gamers Nexus LTT. Why not both? They do different content. You can like creative. Oh no, we do got. Oh no, we're saved. It's saved. We do got the crappy roll of filament. So we got this here, which is a carborundum bend. Got our power strip. I can add another one to the pile. Is this a folding printer? Or is it like just bolted together for travel? I think it's bolted together for travel. Okay. Okay, so let's see. According to the manual. Okay. The X is vertically in the base as shown. Okay, so that bolts into there. So is this... Oh, there. Okay. So I guess for shipping, they bolt it all together. So I got to unbolt it, which is going to be kind of annoying. Oh. Okay, a random USB cable, Bowden tube. Oh, yeah. A fine addition to my collection. A little wrench for nozzles. That's cool. The acupuncture needle that goes right in the garbage because I always stab myself with them. SD card / USB thing with spyware. Extra nozzle again. So you got 4 extra nozzles. Zip ties, clips. Cool. Neat. What's the bed size? This is the KP5L. So we're looking at about 300 by 300 by 330. It also uses tin wires. Pretty much every printer you find off from AliExpress or Chinese market printer that is mass produced like this, you're going to have tin wires. I've yet to come across a printer that didn't use tin wires. That's how they mass produce them. It's because the machine that cuts all the wires to length that they use to make these, because when you're making wiring harnesses for thousands and thousands of printers, you're going to do whatever you can to save time and money. The machine that makes those wires tins the end. It's just how it's done. It's not the best way to do it. It is a way to do it. DFH gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Thank you. So quiet. Oh no, I don't have the music going. There we go. So for our motion, this is one of the reasons. So I get offered, I'm at the point now where I get offered a decent amount of printers. I probably get about 1 offer a week now. And let's be honest, the vast majority are from companies you've never even heard of, and they're just ender clones, okay? So I don't touch V-wheel bed flingers because there's nothing to say. They're all the same, okay? Even I've turned down the newest ender, even the Neo, because I'm like, why? It's an ender. Who cares? Although I do have something coming from Creality that I am legitly interested in. So that will be a surprise, and we'll talk about it when it shows up. And it's not a printer. So this isn't a V-wheel bed flinger. So when they said, hey, we want to send you a printer, and I looked and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take a look at this one because it's a little bit different. But this uses, for the motion, it uses extrusions with rods embedded in them, and then it uses the rail. So, like, if you remember the V400, how it used that motion system on the Z, this uses that motion system for everything, X, Y, and Z. So this isn't a V-wheel bed flinger. This is actually, I don't know what the actual proper name for this motion system is, but if you look, you've got a rod here that's in the extrusion, and then you can't really see it, but there's basically like it's almost like a rail, but it's not. So you got a carriage that rides in there that it's mounted to, and you got rods mounted in the extrusion. So yeah. Still amazed Creality's still talking to you. Well, when you got a clipper thing you want to show off, I guess it kind of talks to talk to the clipper guy. Okay, so what screws do I use? Linear rods. Is that? Yeah, but is it just linear rods? 'Cause I'm used to using the term rod when you have the LMU, and this doesn't use LMUs. Okay, M530s. M530s. If I could only have one printer, like that is impossible to answer. Are you talking about me personally with my current use cases? I would probably say my 300 Voron V2. But that question is entirely subjective on what you need your machine to do. So, and what you're looking to get out of your machine. Are you looking for a machine that you don't have to fiddle with, you don't want to mod, you just want to turn it on and go? Well, then you're looking at something like, you know, the X1 Carbon, or the Cheetah, or the even the V400. Like, without knowing what you're going to do with your printer, I can't give you an answer. The heck? size Allen key. Okay. Oh wait, no. Did I lose an Allen key already? How did I lose an Allen key already? There it is. Actually, shoot, before we do this, let's do this before we do that. So put the screws here. Take you off. You can go down here for now. Let's take a peek under the hood. So, this is the base assembly. Seems pretty solid. Do I have a trident? I do. It's back here. The orange black guy. Is it heavy? Yeah, it's got some weight to it. It's a metal frame printer, so it's gonna be kind of heavy. So how much you want to bet? It's a 32-bit board. We got tin wires and I don't know what the board is. Probably, let's say, an MKS type board. I have no idea. Let's find out. Power supply is blue though, so that's gonna be interesting. Boarding warranties, I see. It's a 3D printer. You don't need no warranty. Voila. So, we got a Kingroon branded power supply. Input, automatic voltage control, 24 volts, 15 amps. It's a nice power supply. I don't know what brand it is other than Kingroon, but that actually looks like a decent power supply. Wires are tinned. As I said, that's probably what to be expected. Kingroon KP3. Okay, so it's the same controller board as in the KP3. 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers. So the Z motors are wired in parallel, it looks like. We got a separate breakout board here, so that's kind of cool. There's your splitter for your Z motors. So the 2 Z motors plug into here and then they plug into there. So yeah, it's the same board as the Kingroon. KP3 it looks like. So I'm expecting it all to be the same. Power supply seems decent though. Like it looks like a pretty quality power supply, so that's kind of cool. Controller is the MCU is a GD32F303. Silicone wires, they might be. They feel like silicone wires. Yeah, those feel like silicone wires. Okay. Put it back together. A lot of space in that. Yeah. What I would like to see going forward is, because Raspberry Pi use is so synonymous with 3D printers, I would like to see like printers come with like the hookups for Raspberry Pi built into it. So what that means is like basically an unpopulated either connector that you can plug it in, or the wiring already there for like powering the Pi and connecting to the Pi. I would like to see stuff like that to become more common with these printers, because everyone uses a Raspberry Pi. And yeah, you know, you can always just plug it in over USB, but then, you know, it'd be nice if it was something internal. It's all nice and clean. So. And it's not choking the PSU fan like the Ender 3 V2. Is that a thing? I haven't looked at the Ender 3 V2. I know Shep seems to like it. Personally, just looking at the specs, I would take the KP3 over it, but... Am I waiting on the big tree to attack Manta? I don't have one on the way, and I didn't ask for one. I don't need that board. I don't have any printer builds that I would put it in right now. So I'm not going to swap out a functioning board for a test board just to... Because it's a 32-bit board with TMCs. It's going to perform exactly like any board I rip out of my current machine. The only difference is you can plug a Raspberry Pi directly on it. Other than that, you're going to get the exact same performance out of it than any other board. Like, it's... And it's Big Tree Tech, so in 6 months they won't even be making it anyways because they'll run out of the chip they use for the MCU because of the chip shortage. So, if you're interested in it, go check out Modbot. Did a video on his. He got one. He did a video on it the other day. Go check that out. But I won't be reviewing it. It's like, for me, it's like another V-wheel bed flinger. What's your opinion on kinematic bed mounts for the Trident? I don't use one. My printer prints just fine. Didn't you have an Ender 3 V2? I do have it. It's in boxes, in pieces in a box somewhere. Why don't they leave their own chips off? Because you need an actual MCU to run the controller. You can't just use the Raspberry Pi as your only MCU. You technically can run a 3D printer off of just a Raspberry Pi, but when it comes to available pins, it's actually pretty limited. So you can't really use a lot. Like, I think you can do like the 4 stepper drivers, 1 thermistor or 2 thermistors, so bed like that, like 1 hot end, 1 bed control, and 1 fan. Like, you can technically run a 3D printer off of just a Raspberry Pi, but you are bare bones and you got nothing else. Like, it's very minimal. Like, I think I could do it with like Bonsai, and that's about it. Screws in, so we got 4 screws coming in from underneath. These are all custom extrusions. These aren't like a normal, these aren't like 2040s or anything. They're all pretty custom extrusions, so you're not going to be breaking this printer down to reuse it in random builds. Foam out from underneath. Some connectors to plug in. Z, they're all labeled. That's good. Y. So there's end stop. That's that. Tape. Feels pretty solid. Okay, where is the power? Yep, okay, so this is our bed hookup, which is a connector like this. I don't really like these connectors for strain relief reasons, because, well, there really is no strain. Wow, this bed is a rockin'. Okay. So Z motor. How'd you like Chattanooga, Tennessee? I didn't really visit. I was there for work. I just went to the, I was pretty much just at the, what was it? I'm trying to remember the plant. It's the Volkswagen plant there, the Plastic Omnia plant. I had to go there twice for, to do some warranty work on a mold. So pretty much all I ever saw was like the hotel, the Cracker Barrel by the hotel, and, that's about it. And the plant. Okay, this goes to there. There's tape. Okay, there's the clicky switch. Where's my ribbon cable? I don't like ribbon cables. I don't like ribbon cables personally. And I don't like the flat ribbon cable, like these style ones. I just don't like them. Personally, I'm not a fan of them. I get why manufacturers use them. I just am not personally a fan of them. Like this, yeah, I don't like it. Go. Would be interesting to see an 80XL. Well, first I gotta fix it. No, it's not G10. It's carborundum. It's your generic glass bed with that carborundum mesh finish on it. It works. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it works. But it means you can easily put PI on here if you want to. Put a magnet. Use a flex plate if you got it. Carriage is so floppy. What the heck is going on here? Do I have a way of adjusting this? But it's loose inside the track. That's the problem. Is there a tensioning way with these? If it's not these, it's the actual carriages. Way floppy. Yeah, that's not floppy. So what is going on here? Ugh. This has a zip tie here. So there's no way to easily tension. There's no automatic tension. It's like the KP3 where the idlers are just mounted straight into the frame. They look a little beefier on this one versus the KP3. I will say the X-Motion is very smooth. The X-Motion. It is a Titan style extruder, direct feed. Hot end is your generic average hot end, single 50-15 duct. I don't like this. I gotta take this bed apart. I gotta figure out what's going on here. This is way too loose to actually use. Not a bed flinger, it's a bed twerker. So it is a aluminum bed, but it's very thin aluminum attached to a PCB. Okay, so yeah, it's a PCB bed. It's got a little insulation pad underneath. So first off, let's put this on top here. Don't lose it. Okay, are these tight? Yeah, these are tight. So I have some screws here. These are any sort of adjustment to this? Those don't do that. Okay, I gotta take the carriage off and go further. We have to go deep. We have to go deeper. Take the butterfly off. I'm assuming there has to be some sort of tensioning way with this carriage. Like there's, okay, here we go. Yeah, so here we go. So focus on that. Don't focus on the cable, focus on this. There we go. So here's our block, and as you can see, it's not as exaggerated because we don't have the carriage on, but there's a little bit there. So for these, there's a set screw in here. We loosen the set screw. Okay, and then I'm assuming we can turn these for tensioning. Let's back this set screw off. Now I need something that I can turn that with. I'll be back in 1 second. I gotta go to my toolbox. Man, I'm knocking over everything. While I'm gone, baby's in charge. I don't know where the music went. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, see if this works. I don't know if this is even moving it. Oh, no, it does move. Okay, you just gotta give it a little bit more. Okay, so obviously not that way. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. So obviously you don't want to do it too tight because it'll bind now. But that should be good. So if you yeah, these are lock ring pliers or snap ring pliers. There you go. So if you get one of these in the future, that's how you you adjust the tension. So you gotta get at it, take the set screw out. These are some snap ring pliers that I have. You need something to twist it. So easy peasy. So this was a Friday afternoon end of shift build. But so one man once said, "He teased what he teased." Receive 2 nails with the printer to do it yourself. I mean, you could use the Allen keys. You just put 2 Allen keys in and then just grab one with like a wrench or something. But really cool if they didn't. I'm assuming they're supposed to. There we go. That feels better. Yep. Would that be usable? This is probably fine. That's nothing complicated. Like, that's just, you know, it's like a V-wheel. On a V-wheel, a lot of times V-wheel printers, you got to adjust the tension anyways. Like, that isn't... If you thought that was complicated, you probably shouldn't really get into 3D printing. Because that's what I would consider what I just did, completely within the realms of expected maintenance on a 3D printer. If you have any sort of motion system that relies on something being properly tensioned for your motion system to move smoothly, it should be expected that you will be able to adjust it, and you may have to adjust it either when you get the printer or down the line, because, you know, stuff moves. Stuff expands, contracts, who knows? Maybe it was really hot in the factory when they built this and everything was all expanded, and yeah. Sewing machine bearing i3. Is that what that motion system's called? It ain't a V-wheel. I get credit for not being a V-wheel. It is greased. It is greased. Okay. Okay. Hey, Max. Okay, so that is now good-ish. Put the bed on, I guess. The double row U bearings. Yep. So if that's what they're called. Anything else in here? Nope. I don't know. Are you supposed to put the clips on the front or the side? I'll put the front back. What is the chance it needs adjustment over time? That is something that's dependent on where the printer is, how often you're using it, how well everything is set when you got it. Like, honestly, doing what I just did wasn't a big deal. Like, I would consider what I just did within the realms of what kind of maintenance you should be able to do on your 3D printer. Because 3D printers, let's be honest, they're cheap, imperfect CNC machines. You should expect to do some maintenance on them, especially when you buy the cheap ones that everyone likes to buy. I will say, it feels very solid. Like, the build itself feels pretty solid. Okay, let's give it some juice. Where do I put the power in? Power goes in over here. We do have a filament runout sensor, that's good. Okay. Booting. So it is a touchscreen. Oh no, where is it? I need it. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God. We have I'm keeping this for all future uses, the special paper for build plate leveling from Cheaty. Okay? Because this is special paper for build plate leveling. Can't lose that. Okay, so what does it tell me to do now? Second power switch. Okay. Bed leveling. So, leveling. So that's home. Home all. It's quiet. But again, 32-bit TMC printer like we're all used to by now. Oh, do-do-day, oh, do-do-day, oh, do-do-day, oh. I would play that sound. You know, if you... Okay, Price is Right. The game where you got to guess the price, and for every dollar you're short, the guy goes up the mountain and they do that yodeling song, and if you guess, like, he gets over, he falls off. I want to play that every time one of these printers does a homing routine, because, like, come on. We're waiting. But I'm pretty sure I get copyright stroke for that. Matt Chammy, $2. Cheers. If you haven't owned a Chiron, this is a cake. What's a Chiron? 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 Sheeran? Sharon? Kieran? Karen? The Z isn't the fastest. No. But again, you don't need a fast Z. So yeah, I don't like this cable. I don't like this cable. I don't like those flex cables. Okay, so check leveling the distance between nozzle and the heat bed. Okay, so I can adjust my Z switch, it looks like. That looks okay. So settings, nope. Leveling, 0.5. Go to 0.5. Okay, that moves okay. Okay, so I got to drop that switch down quite a bit. So there's a little switch right here for your Z offset. And to adjust your Z offset, you just loosen the screws and you slide the switch down a little bit. And 0.5, do it again. Home. Go a little bit lower. So I have it right in the middle of the bed, and that's gonna be my Bible. Home Z. Oh, that's way out. Okay. There we go. Okay. So what I've done is I've moved it so that my nozzle is just above the bed, like, and I'm just going to move the switch up until I hear it click, which it's got a nice little LED. And then once it clicks, I'll lock it down and that will be our position. There we go, that's it. Okay. So home, home all. And then we'll level the bed and call it a day. How switch wireable is this machine? Not very. The extrusions on this frame are completely proprietary. You would have to redesign the whole conversion. Now, granted, the frame actually with this style of if you wanted to stick, like, here's the thing, most people put rails on their switch wire. You wouldn't be able to do that with this. So, okay, so let me just kind of make it so I can actually see what I'm doing. 0.1. My special paper. Okay. 0.2. 0.3. Okay, 0.4. Go back to 0.1. Good. Okay. 0.5. Good. We're good. Okay. Move. Okay, let's put some printer chow in it. That cable management. I know. It's so floopy. Okay. Preheat. Nozzle. Okay. So it comes with filament, but there's no way to like it comes with like this, but you don't, I don't know why. You just need like a little piece in here and that's it. Just a little feed tube. Because what's going to happen is it's going to come up through here because you got a filament runout sensor. So the filament's going to go in the filament runout sensor and then come up and then over. So you only really need like a little piece. So we'll just kind of shove you in there for now. Manual leveling. Yep. Just like Grandpappy used to do. Put you over there. Get our spools out. Ooh. They are the same as the KP3. Let's just use this Polyterra because, again, I have it out already. Filament loaded. Okay, so let's move extrude in. Yay, it feeds filament. Okay. Let's stick an SD card in it and do a print. Hey, these are universal spool holders. This will fit any spool. That's, you know, as crappy as these will fit any spool. So whether you got, you know, like the V400, there were spools that didn't fit that thing. Okay, printing. So let's see what we got. SCLs, no files found. Okay. We got a Benchy. We're gonna print a Benchy, I guess. Because I don't want to install a slicer on here. It's just another skin version of Cura. So we're going to do a Benchy print. Hopefully that doesn't take too long. And then that will probably be it for the stream because I got to do some errands today. Garbage, 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 garbage. Good thing they put Kingroon on all the plastic bags, otherwise I won't know. It's a modular spool holder. Exactly. Garbage. 4-hour Benchy. It better not be a 4-hour Benchy. Waiting on the bed to heat up. I'm not a huge fan of setups like this. So the way it's heating up, it heats the nozzle up and then the bed. When you're setting it up, it should heat the bed up and then heat the nozzle up. Because if you heat the nozzle up, the nozzle always heats up quicker than the bed. And then it just sits there and oozes. So, I don't like seeing that, but it is what it is. Cold brew Benchy takes 12 hours. Takes delicious. Sous vide Benchy. Didn't CNC Kitchen do sous vide on a steak on a printer once? Start the Z homing already. So let's see here. Yeah, that's about it. There really ain't much to the instructions on this. Let me load up Cura. And see if there's a profile in Cura for this printer. I'm assuming so. So this is the KP5L. This is the large one. And remember, when in doubt, Kingroon, best 3D printer. So. Okay, add printer, non-networked. HIJK, Kingroon. Oh, they don't have it in here. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Still waiting on the bed. So yeah, you got to feed the spool in from underneath, so that the filament comes up underneath into the run-out switch. Belts are just GT2. They don't look... I do see some strands of fiber, but these aren't like super heavy-duty belts. No way to tension them, unfortunately. The Z lead screws look pretty nice, I guess. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to do a purge line, probably off the bed. Knowing my luck. Yeah, doing a purge line right off the bed. So it's not even on the bed. That's good. Where are you going? Did I hit pause? Oh, I hit pause by accident. So unfortunately, we got a little stringer there. So I'm running under a theory right now kind of running under a theory. Because this Benchy is nowhere near centered on the bed. So I'm wondering if it's running the same demo G code as like the KP3S. Dang it, that ain't gonna work. Fix this. There we go. Mobile. Okay, my Z offset is a little high, but I think it'll be fine. Where is my... Oh, get out of there. There we go. That is really dark. Okay, let me oh, here, let me 3920 through video contrast, auto contrast. No, what am I looking for? Exposure, auto for exposure. There we go. And make it all, and really blow out these colors. Yeah, right about there. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay. Have I ever heard of the Easy T3D T1? I have not, but I'll Google it. Easy T3D T1. It's a Delta. Ooh. That is an old style Delta. Yeah, no, I can pass, considering I don't think they sell them anymore. Is it okay? No, that's because that's the fan duct, and the fan duct kind of curves, so there's no duct there. That's what it is. So it's giving me no time estimate. That's the only thing I don't like. We will speed it up at some point. We'll let it go for a little bit, and we'll speed it up. There we go. So yeah, even the one they have on their website, like this is a different model, because this one shows this is all being sleeved, and then there's a box here, and then a flat plate bottom. So their website shows a different one. So that's one of the things I kind of noticed with Kingroon, is they update their printer designs, but more often than their website. So the manual matches this one. So this is the KP5 3D, and then there's two versions of it. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me update the website or the link. I don't know why the KD link isn't there. I thought I deleted that. Delete. There we go. There we go. how's the FL Sun holding up? Pretty good. I haven't used it a lot in the last little bit, but I used it a lot for the Mando parts, and it's fine. Yeah. Can you run NeoPixels from the end stop pins? I don't believe so. I'm not 100% sure though. Spell ANET backwards, it reads Kingroon. No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's just a Benchy. Zip tie that cable bundle to the Bowden tube. Well, the Bowden tube isn't attached to anything on the other end. And if this is how they think it is, it's good enough for me. Does this have anything interesting compared to all of the other bed flingers? The motion system is different. It's not a V-wheel and it's not rails. It uses, it's like a weird hybrid between linear rods and rails. So if you look at the motion system, you got rods that are embedded on each side of the extrusion. And then you have a carriage that rides in between with concave bearings, and they're adjustable for tension. So that's pretty much the reason I said yes to them sending me this printer. Was basically it's a motion system I hadn't seen yet, but this got lost in the black hole that is Canadian Customs. So the V400 showed up first, and that has the same motion system, or the same motion system essentially. So at first I wanted this because that, but then the V400 showed up first, and then this showed up way late because Customs like ate it for a couple months. And then it finally showed up, so I'm like, well, I gotta unbox it. I said I would, so here we are now. I wish it had a bed probe. Like, in today's day and age, even this printer, so how much is this one? KP5L is $299 US. Okay, so this is a $300 printer from the US warehouse. It's $50 off right now. And this is the KP5L, so the 300 by 300 by 330. $300. Where is it? These are not expensive. Inductive probes are not expensive. 300 and under, really, on a under $200 printer, I can kind of start waving no bed leveling. But a 300 by 300 printer, you should have a removable flex plate. You should have a bed probe of some sort. In today's day and age, you should be having that. That should be standard now on pretty much all printers except for the very budget ones. The hardware is not that expensive. You already have the hookups on the board. The software already has it. You literally just need to slap a cheap little inductive probe and a spring steel flex plate on your printer. You don't even need to be PI. You could just put the build tack knockoff crap on it. But in today's day and age, unless it's an absolute budget printer, it should have bed leveling. LTT screwdriver. I don't know. Apparently Linus texted out or tweeted out that they're available now, but I can't add it. There is no add to cart option. So Linus, I can't buy your screwdriver. Oh, there we go. Add to cart. Okay. 1 second. No, we're going to get black and orange silver shaft. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to help support the channel, consider becoming a channel member or gift memberships to others. Add to cart. Do the PayPals. PayPal balance. There we go. Thomas, $4.99. Better you buy one than me. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Order is confirmed. There we go. Ordered a screwdriver. It's content. There we go. No, I didn't pre-order it. I put in for the notification to get notified when it comes up for sale, which I just got that notification. So. When will I do a collab? What kind of collab do you want to see? Like, some of the Mando armor is printed with Polymaker filament. Free shipping? No, $9.99. Well, here's the thing. If it's a great screwdriver and I do a video on it, people will comment hating it and I'll get, exposure. And then if it's a crappy screwdriver, I make a video on it saying it's crappy and then I also get exposure. So win-win for me. I can't lose. A collab with me, and I would love to do a video with Uncle Bumblefuck because we both worked in the trade, so I feel like there'd be a decent amount of crossover. But I'm pretty sure Uncle Bumblefuck is the same situation as LTT, where he's 37 hours away from me. So put that money towards Bernard. It's my channel. I do what I want. Reviewing better printers while I sit here with an $1,800 Cheaty next to me, $1,000 bamboo, and several thousand dollars in Vorons. Yes, I need to be spending more money on betterer printers. Let me just buy an Ultimaker. That's an expensive printer, therefore it's better than all the other printers. Do a collab with Steve. I did a video with Steve. I had him on the channel. We did a collab stream thing. And also Steve lives in California, so again, road trip. Any news on whenever the manual's done? I should have bought a shirt to go with it to justify the shipping, but yeah. I have to buy a lulz bot. Yeah, let me drop $1,000 plus on a V-wheel bed flinger. That's still running, or no, actually, I think it doesn't run 8-bit anymore. I want an Ultimaker Original 1, like the very first wooden kit. The modern Ultimakers are massively overpriced prosumer machines, not aimed at this demographic at all. Francis, $5. Cheers. Keep it up. I will. No sneak peek. No, I will upgrade V0. My V0, that's a straight up V0. I will upgrade that to a V02 once it's out. And I will do some mods with it too. I'll do a Kirigami bed. I'll do a belted Z because I don't have an extra lead screw with the integrated motor. Anyways, so I'll do that video when that comes out. We'll do a series on that. See, here's the thing though, John. For $70, you could buy more screwdriver. Yes, but see all the engagement we're getting already? I'm a YouTuber. I do things for content. If it would get 100 subs, I'd dance and do the floss, but I'm assuming if I did the floss on stream, I'd probably lose 100 subs. Well, I don't want a clone. I want the original. I want the original unbuilt Ultimaker wooden kit. Because, in case you haven't known, I'm on like a little kick now with old printers. So we've recently built a Voron 1.0, and I did fit all the electronics in the box, so I did jam them all in there. So the wiring's all done with this. So we're going to be playing with this on Friday's stream, by the way. But the goal is, that is a printer from 2016, running hardware from 2016, including Marlin 1.1 RC6. So what we're going to do with that printer is we're going to run it Friday and do some printing with it. We got to make a profile for it. But the plan is, we're going to see how far you can go with just using 2016 hardware. This is why I want the Ultimaker, because the Ultimaker original is 2011 hardware. That's over a decade old hardware, and I want to see how far you can actually go with modern software. Benchy's looking really sad. Well, it's their demo. I will say that this one spool of Polymaker filament I have is a little bubbly at times. But then again, I printed something that wasn't on this printer and it came out fine, so. Justin, $5. Cheers, floss money. That's about all I know of the floss stands. If I'd known you were looking for an original Ultimaker just a few weeks, I could have sold you one new in the box. Well, where were you a couple weeks ago there? Pulls out Prusa Mark III. What about a Massfit? Okay. It's like whenever, like, LTT... There's a few people that anytime any other YouTuber talks about 3D printers, they message me. And there's several of you that do this. That, oh, hey, you need to collab with this person because they talked about 3D printing. My brother in Christ, I am not Mr. Beast. I don't even have 40,000 subs on YouTube. I am itty-bitty small fry. I don't have that kind of pull, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't think Massifit will help me if I reach out to them. Plus, I don't have the channel isn't that income positive where I could just hop on a plane and go places at the expense of the channel. So, unfortunately. What temps? 60 on the bed, 200 on the nozzle. Cooling is on, yes. Yeah, it's this Benchy, you know what I think it is? I think this is more slicer because those bubbles are like start stop, I think. I don't know, it's hard to see. Doing fine. Oh, I know. The channel is like, I've been doing YouTube now. It'll be oh shoot, wait. Thursday. So we'll have a little celebration on Friday. You know, I don't have anything planned, but Thursday will be officially 6 months since I quit my job and went full-time YouTube. So, I'm still in my house. I'm still paying my mortgage, so we're doing okay. Could be better, could be worse. Is what it is. Kill it, slice your own. I don't have a profile for it, and I don't want to install the SD card, so I gotta find a profile for it online. Plus, I do like printing the demo G code that comes with a printer, because this is what they have provided to show off their printer with. So, if the demo G code looks like poop, then I'm like, well, this is what you guys gave me to show off your printer. Like, that's like, oh, hey, this is a really nice car. I want it. And the dealer's like, hey, I'll take you for a test drive. And he drives, you know, you're going out for a test drive in a Corvette, and he drives at 5 under the speed limit through city roads and through subdivisions, residentials, 5 kilometers under the speed limit. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be interested in the car if that's how it's showed off to me. Like, this is what they're giving me to show off their printer, and this is the boat. So, Polyterra needs tuning. Okay, well, I'll swap it out here then. Options, pause. Okay, so apparently Polyterra needs tuning, so. Polyterra needs tuning, but it prints fine on my other machines without tuning. Okay, let's go with red. What filament is this? Red. This is Canadian Filaments. Red. Resume. There we go. Good enough. Okay. Why don't companies include Clipper as a software of choice for these types of machines? Because Clipper is still very much in the realm of DIY experimental. It is like, we are just seeing consumer machines. As far as I'm aware, pretty much like the V400 is like the first machine to come with Clipper. Creality's coming out with a little box, like a touchscreen box. Like, if you're familiar with the V400, it's got that little front screen touchscreen that runs the machine, has Clipper on it. Creality's coming out with one of those that you can add on to their existing machines or self-built machines. And I got one on the way. But Clipper is still very much, because also you need more hardware. There's a chip shortage right now. You need a controller board plus another board to run Clipper. So it's still very much a... If they're doing fine with Marlin and the machines are still selling, it's hard to justify spending that much more on hardware and support, because now you need to support 2 lines of firmware. Yeah. So until like chip costs come down, I think you're still going to see Marlin as the de facto for a long time on consumer, at least the lower end consumer machines. Mostly metal case still makes shitload. It's actually pretty quiet. It's not making a lot of noise at all. Print slow. It's the default profile. I'm installing the newest version of Cura to see if they have a profile in it for it. Same KPs. Yeah, this is the exact same tool head as the KPS3. The exact same one. Yeah, Clipper is a customer service. Oh yeah, and the fact that anyone could just go into the config and start modifying stuff. At least with Marlin, you don't have to worry about some random person deleting a random line out of the config and crashing the printer. Clipper is a lot more of an advanced firmware in terms of like, it's got no training wheels. It's unlocked. YOLO. Have fun. Do what you want. You want to add stuff to your config? You want to remove stuff? Go for it. If you break it, you break it. So Marlin is very locked down. All you got is a little touch screen. It's very idiot proof. Lowest common denominator. Plybot was supposed to be the first commercial with Clipper, but they couldn't get pies. Yeah, I could see that. Any interest in big tree tech boards with the art print? I've seen them. I personally, if I have a board here and a Raspberry Pi connected via USB cable, okay, and it's running my printer just fine. If I take that Raspberry Pi and stick it on that controller board, other than me being able to show off, hey, look, here's the controller board with the Raspberry Pi on it. After that point, it's the same. It's the exact same. So I haven't looked out to go get one because this machine has a 32-bit processor with ramps, or with Clipper. This is a 32-bit processor with TMC drivers with a Raspberry Pi running Clipper. Pretty much all these machines are 32-bit processors with a Raspberry Pi running Clipper. They all run exactly the same. The board doesn't matter with Clipper. So other than the review on it would be, here's what it looks like. You can slap a Pi on it. Here's the spec sheet. This is how you hook it up to a printer. Done. And I'd rather just wait till I do a build that has one of those boards in it. One comes with your salad fork. Oh, there we go. We'll play with that one. Hear your feedback on our server. What do you want to hear? I'm on like a million Discord servers already, so I don't jump a lot through them all. Okay, so add printer. Do we have the KP5 in here? Kingroon. JK. There's a lot. This is why I use Cura for my commercial machines, because they just have pretty much everything. Yeah, they don't have the KP5 in here. Like, I could just use the KP5S and just adjust my XYZ, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. 300, 300, 330. There we go. And just use the KP3 profile. If I do another print on it. What time are we at right now? 3:30? Okay, don't forget, we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker every stream. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win yet, link in the description. The 3 and 5 either. It's the same tool head. It's the exact same tool head, same controller board. The only difference is the machine itself, like the size. So. Is Clipper hard to install? Not really. I have videos on my channel of installing Clipper from a while ago. I haven't done any new ones in a while because the process really hasn't changed. Clipper is way more open, making it easier to F up. Yeah, Clipper doesn't have training wheels. It's like Super Slicer and Prusa Slicer. Prusa Slicer assumes a bunch of stuff and does things that, you know, it thinks you want to do, whereas Super Slicer is like, here's some even more settings you can mess around with. Do what you want. We don't care. No training wheels. JK, I've already spoken about it earlier in the stream. Yeah, the process hasn't really changed. Some of it's gotten a little bit simpler, but does it have any axis alignment functionality? In what regard? Are you talking about it tramming to the bed? You would have to manually trim it by turning the machine off and spinning one or two of the rods. And then the bed itself, right now it's trammed, but I don't know if it's perpendicular. Like, I don't know, like, I didn't bother zeroing out both of these to like the top. I just trammed the bed to the gantry. So for all I know, it could be printing like this. But for cosmetic prints, it doesn't really matter. But if I were to seriously start using this machine, that's something I would do. I would tram out the gantry to the top or to the bottom or something, a known reference point, and then tram the bed to that. I paused it exactly on the waterline. Well, there you go. It's a textured Benchy. It's a texture effect. And I think it is looking better with this red. I think the Benchy is printing the red better than the Polyterra. But I prefer Super Slicer over Prusa Slicer. Any update? Why do people keep asking on 02? They're waiting on the manual. Whenever the manual's done. I have no idea when the time went. Table. Is it heavy? It weighs approximately as much as one printer. But it feels more solid, like compared to some of the other V-wheel bed fling, well, it's not a V-wheel bed, but compared to some of the other budget price bed flingers I've put together, it feels very solid. The extrusions are C-shaped, so they're pretty solid. It is all metal for the frame. There's very little plastic in the construction of this machine. So it feels very solid, like more solid than like a Mingda or whatever. Try editing. Hey, real men write their G code by hand. Okay, you type that out. Okay, you no, with Slicer software, no, you do the math and you write the G code by hand. Missed the notification. Join the Discord so you can get the notification sooner, because I do an at everyone and it annoys everyone when I go live. Oh, that's a Chiron. Yeah, they all look the same. I like on Prusa Slicer, that Super Slicer should have as a paint function for multi. I think it does now. I think it does. I haven't checked. I got the newest version installed. I haven't bothered checking. Back in my day, we had to write G code using punch cards. What, you didn't have a duplicating machine? The hot end cable looks like an accident waiting to happen. If it dies, it dies. 'Cause that's how the machine came. I'm loving this little 6mm wrench that came with it. It's like, I don't know if I want to keep it or get rid of it because it's very cheap, but it might be useful. So I'll just put that aside. People have the scrap. Still has under extrusion issues. I believe it. I don't know. This was printed on Arachne, and that ain't breaking. It's also carbon fiber nylon. So, you guys run G code? I spin my belts. I manually feed my filament. Six millimeter might be awesome for nozzle swapping. Yeah, or you just get Revo. I did one. Where is it? I don't know where I put it. Yeah. Is this the Arachne? Yeah. Yeah, this is the Arachne engine. Oop. Okay, that Benchy was a little weak. It's not under extruded though. Never mind. Maybe that wasn't the right Benchy. It doesn't look under extruded. It's just layer adhesion is weak. Much weaker than this. Oh wait, no, this wasn't Arachne. This was with their slicer. Either way. And then it exploded. Oh no, I killed a Benchy. It's not like there's a million of them in the world. Jeff49, thanks for all you do. Thank you for enjoying the content. Adjustable nozzle openings. You could do something like a camera lens style. The problem is, how do you do that without it constantly getting gummed up? And repeatability. Like when you change sizes, how do you ensure that it always goes back? Apparently, they have sold 10,000 screwdrivers in the last half hour. So, let's do a little. So, at how much were it? $69.99 US times 10,000. So, 699,000. So, yes, LTT is a horrible business. All you people that don't like them, they know what they're doing. Believe me. Isn't like, I'm pretty sure like a good chunk of their merch is now like one of their biggest profit streams. Yeah, 700,000 in half an hour. That's a lot of money. I'm in the wrong business. Exactly. Linus realized, hey, wait a minute. I have this audience of loyal fans. I should just sell them shit. Because that's the thing. You find what works, and if it works, you stick with it. That's why it sucks, but it's like, you watch YouTube channels that, like, they do their content, but then all of a sudden they really, like, Flanderization. You see it on cartoons, where, like, a character starts out in the first season, and they got, like, one or two traits that they kind of get known for, and then by season 5, that's all they're known for. So you see that with YouTube channels, where, like, they start putting out content and then they find something that just bites, and then that's what they go with because the numbers. So, example with me, I don't do a lot of VOD content. I do a lot of live streams because when I do a video, it doesn't do as well as my streams in terms of the views it gets, my revenue versus the time I put in versus what I get out. Streams work better for me, so I do a lot of streams. It's just how it is. Like, I do what works for me. LTT, well, they found merch works very good for them, so now they do merch. If it ain't broke, why would you? If you have the opportunity, why would you not? And they opened a lab. Oh, I know. And I know 700,000 isn't like profit. I know that, believe me. But still. Yeah, they do a video every year, I'm pretty sure, where they break down where their income comes from. They are very set. Yeah, they know that. And again, remember, this is coming from somebody on the Voron design team, the 3D printing company that is notoriously bad at making money. In fact, our profits are zero, and there will never be profits with Voron because that's not how we run our business, because we're horrible at business. Everyone else makes money. I'm sure LDO, Jason loves us. But in terms of like, yeah, Voron, in terms of money, we have no money. So. You need to start doing 3 streams a week. I do 3 streams a week. Selma, Lifeless Island. Yeah, the problem with Harley, though, Harley is floundering. Fort 9. Go on YouTube. Fort, F-O-R-T, 9. Like the number 9, not Fortnite. Fort 9. Did a video on Harley. And I love YouTube channels that are about a hobby that I do not partake in at all, that I still watch all their content. So like Fort 9. I don't do anything with motorcycles, but I watch every video they put out because they make good videos. Did a video on Harley. The problem with Harley is Harley curated that you know, rough rider motorcycle person. The problem is they're all getting old and dying. They're not buying their bikes anymore, and the young people aren't buying Harleys, so they're screwed because they tied themselves to that audience, and then that audience got old, and they constantly shunned the younger people. Oh, those cheap European bikes, sport bikes. Oh no, we do. And then now all of a sudden the people that were buying their bikes don't ride bikes anymore because they're all getting old and retiring and passing away. And now Harley ain't doing too good. Why doesn't LDO give a kickback? Because they don't need to. We don't ask them to. It's, why would they? That's... Oh, Project Benchy. Yes, Project Benchy. I've been following that for years. Harley made e-bikes. They didn't do too well. At least as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure they stopped making it. They only made one. But yeah, part of the Voron license is commercialization is allowed. There is zero stipulation that you have to give back to the creator. And also, Voron is not a company. So if LDO went, hey, okay, you know what? We made X amount of money. We're going to give 10% of that to the Voron team. How the hell do you distribute that? Does that all go to RCF? Does that go to RCF and Doc because they're like the 2 biggest people in Voron? Do I get a cut of that because of my... What cut do I get? Because I promote Voron on my channel all the time. You know, there's no agreement there, and this is my own channel of my own business. What about, you know... so-and-so who just joined the Voron crew a couple weeks ago? What's his percentage of the cut? How would you even go on the Voron Discord and just see how many people have the crew tag and the engineering tag? Okay, if they're admin, crew, or engineering, they would be what you would consider the Voron team. How out of all those people, how do you break down who gets what? And also different countries and different ages, and some people have jobs where they're not allowed to earn money from because they have non-compete clauses. That's one of the reasons Voron isn't a company. Some people on the team work in businesses where they have straight up non-compete clause. So committing stuff to an open source non-profit project is okay, but if that project became a business and started earning income, they would be violating their non-compete clause. Like how it's not that simple, folks. It is not that simple. There are reasons things are the way they are. And that's not everything. There's stuff I can't even get into. So. Yeah, LDO has donated to me during the stream, but that's completely of his own accord, and I haven't asked for that. And him donating on stream is the worst way for him to give me money because YouTube takes a cut. So, if he's doing that, yeah. Put it this way, if I'm doing anything on this stream, if you do not see a logo from the brand on the screen, I am not getting paid by them. Okay? The only time you've ever seen that is with Thangs. Okay? When Thangs was sponsoring my streams last year, I put their logo on screen. Even Polymaker. Full disclosure, they just do the sponsored one spool of filament. They don't pay me at all. So unless you see a logo from a company on this screen right here, I'm not getting paid by them. Via any like arrangement or anything. If Jason wants to donate money during the stream or buy memberships, that's of his own accord. So, David! Hi, David! We need to talk because Earth is coming up and I want to do stuff. We need to chat. David Prusa. Yeah, when are you doing the name change, David? Tinkerbear, I have no idea what you're talking about. What time are we at? 3:50. How much time is left? We're only at 40%. Sometimes I forget how long it takes to print a Benchy, because the hull takes no time and then it takes forever to do the bow, or the cabin. Everyone say hi, David. So I'm getting paid by Only Benchies. Yes, and Only Benchies pays me. It's an Ouroboros situation. Rent this space. I mean, if you want me to say your name, I'm gonna change the name to Joseph Randolph. JR, that works. JP and JR. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. So tomorrow I got to get everything off of this desk so I can put the new countertop on, and then hopefully we won't be building printers on a wibbly wobbly surface anymore, because I want it kind of nice and cleaned up for the salad fork. But yeah, speaking of Only Benchies merch, if you want to get Only Benchies merch, check out the link in the description or in chat right there. Prusa Solid. Prusa Solid sounds pretty good. Although I'm sure if you translate it to other languages, it might be mistaken for something. What do I think about the Crux 1 versus the KP3? The Crux 1 works okay. The KP3, I think, has better bones to it. I have to go. Let me go check the Crux 1. It's been a while since I looked at it. Let's take a look in the spare room where all the printers chill. Yeah, the Tronxy Crux 1, they're both okay. I give the slight edge though to the Kingroon, I think. Like, they are both pretty much the same printer underneath the hood, but I give the win to the Kingroon just for the motion system, because I like rails more. But they're very similar machines. They're very similar. Honestly, if you could get one for a bigger discount than the other, go with whatever one you can get the bigger discount on. Any interest in building any of the random 3D printers on Thingiverse? I built a bonsai a while back. I have a bonsai. Don't go to prusasolid.com. prusasolid.com. For those that don't know, it just redirects to printed solid. Yeah, the bonsai is a fun little build. It definitely needs a little, you know, somebody with an engineering degree needs to kind of go over it with a fine tooth comb to fix up a few things. Like there's a lot of little itty bitty problems here and there, but it's a pretty fun build. There is a pro version coming out soon. Cool. Check out Solid Prusa. Site can't be reached. Oh, nobody's grabbed Solid Prusa yet. Do an inventory of spare parts during the makeover. Oh God. Well, there's like the box that had an ender in it. Like, I'm not looking forward to. So, autofocus ain't on, but that is a lot of crap on there. I'm not looking forward to the room cleaning. The dual Z rail mod on KP3S has been holding. Why would you go dual Z on that though? Like, it's like the Monoprice Select Mini. One of the common mods with the Monoprice Select Mini was putting a second Z on it. But like, just get a printer with dual Z from the get-go. I don't know. When I look at a printer, I look at like, if you were to spend X amount on mods, I'd rather just buy a printer with that extra money from the start. How many spare boards and hot ends? I don't know. I've got a dozen octopuses though still. They're the very first gen ones because apparently Victory Tech's like, hey, you want to do a giveaway? And I'm like, sure. And then they just mailed me a box of octopuses and expecting me to pay shipping, which cost me anywhere from $20 to $30 to ship them out to the States. So I haven't given away too many of them. I did a while, and then it wasn't worth it. From the income from the stream, I lost money on that stream. Dual linear rails on Z, not dual Z. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. That makes a little bit more sense. At least you don't have to move. You have 2 weeks to move everything. Buy a big truck and just chuck it all in. And there's also rent a dumpster at the same time, so stuff either goes in the dumpster or the truck. Yeah, I tried 2. John, I mailed you 2. Because I sent a replacement. So, your address is cursed. What tabletop? It's just a I wanted to get a bamboo one, but the bamboo ones are like 230 bucks up here. So I just got like a generic countertop. Just like a black generic countertop, and I'm just literally going to take everything off this table, just put down some liquid nail and just go and then shim it so it's somewhat level. If I remember correctly, that was also around Christmas, John, so I kind of expected that. Shipping to the States is kind of goofy sometimes. So yeah, so I wanted to do the bamboo top, but I think just a generic countertop will be better, because the problem is like this countertop, this is literally a sheet of the cheapest like, what is it, 3/4 inch plywood that you can imagine, that was sitting in the garage for like a year or two. So it's, you know, wavy, and then I stuck it on top of this 2x6 frame that I built. And then these are 24-inch linoleum tiles that have been exposed to like acetone and other chemicals over the years. So they're all like chewed up. I got stuck stuff too. So basically when I put a printer on here, it likes to rock. So I just want to redo the surface with something flat. And I don't like the light table. I want a darker table. So who's going to Earth? I'm going to Earth. See you, John. So the plan is new tabletop. I'm probably gonna move the Husky toolbox over here. Try and consolidate everything into the toolbox into one shelf of storage, and then probably get rid of this bench and actually get like a a shelf of printers on the back here or something. I got to figure it out. That part still. Or I might move the toolbox where this table is and use the toolbox as the table and storage. We'll see. I got to figure it all out still. It's What about a marble? That's you know, I don't see enough likes on the stream for marble. Loose set screws. Well, I think I'm just gonna get a pad to put everything on. Muscle racks. I think so. I don't even know if I can buy muscle racks in Canada. Muscle rack shelving Canada. Can you even buy them in Canada? Uline has them. Or no. Wayfair. I'm not gonna go to Wayfair. Home Depot and Granger. In stock. Yeah, I gotta order them online. Yeah, I can't go to Home Depot for them in Canada. Lowe's? Oh, those are not cheap. Holy shit. $500? Yeah, no. I gotta figure out sizing too, because I only have so much room. So like 77 inches, which is like the common size, doesn't fit. So I need like 48 inches, which is too small. So I gotta figure it out. IKEA bore. Are they good enough to put several printers with 20,000 acceleration on it? Also, I don't have an IKEA near me. Okay, Marcus, I have no, like... Yeah. Without actual receipts, I can't say anything because I've heard and experienced the exact opposite, so... everyone suggests this. I'll bring up shelving at Costco. They do have shelving. The problem is a lot of the shelving at Costco is 77 inches, and I can't fit 77-inch shelving here. I don't know. I gotta play around with it. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. I gotta figure it out still. I tried Idea Maker. The slicer I have once with one printer. I didn't really like it. I didn't really like it at all. I think it was too locked down for my taste. Like I couldn't change. I'm used to being able to fiddle with all the settings. So if something's locked down, I kind of don't like it. Quartz countertop. How much is a quartz countertop? Quartz countertop. I put it this way, I don't want to spend a lot of money doing this upgrade. It's getting near the end of the year. You have lockdown solidprusa.com. Solidprusa.com. The site can't be reached. I've already looked. I've looked around. Like, I already have a little chunk of granite that I use for builds. Quartz. So, I've looked for it already. The problem is I need a 25 by like 77 piece. So, I'm just going to go with a generic cheap countertop. Also, that way, if I do damage it, I don't care as much. Has anyone got a bamboo already? Ta-da! Well, that's the one all the influencers got. I follow on Twitter. I've seen people getting their bamboos already, so. So, we're probably going to end the stream at 4:30 today, by the way, so. David, do I need to start with the healthcare jokes? Oh, wait, I can't make healthcare quotes. You guys don't have that. Build one out of Creality extrusions. I want my shelf to actually work. Ooh. Yeah, I know it takes time for the DNS to update. Oh, finish the stream, go eat a little snack, go pick up the little guy. Dang it, Google. According to Google, right now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. If I wanted to insert an ad, I would push the button. You don't need to let me know that now would be a good time to insert an ad into the live stream. Got 380 people here. Insert ad. Oh, I've got 300. Also, I can make like 13 cents. No, seriously, it pops up like 3 or 4 times. Like my little, my control panel, like the YouTube live stream control panel, about 3 or 4 times a stream, it just pops up. Now would be a good time to insert an ad. Like, no, go away. Funny, it didn't get the bamboo on Kickstarter, but also Kickstarter printers a bit. Yeah, they are into wave 2 of the. So I think I got wave 1, so that means I'll get it in October, early October, I think. Just get cue cards for ads, like this wonderful water bottle from the unnamed YouTube channel about tech. So YouTube is Switch now? No! If YouTube was Twitch, I would like that, because then you could actually find my stream besides being a subscriber. I do this all the time. I do this all the time, and it annoys the hell out of me. Like, watch. Let's play a game. So right now, I'm live streaming. I got 380 people, okay? Not you know, top of the line numbers, but if I was on Twitch in a category, I would at least be a little bit down from the top with 380 people. So watch this. Incognito. So no cookies or anything, right? No cookies. Okay, YouTube. Okay. I want to watch a live stream. Okay, well, okay, let's go on the left. Okay, live. Okay, recent live. Okay, live now. Okay, okay. Do I just scroll through everything? This is all news. Upcoming, no recent live streams, no live now gaming. Well, I don't game. Live now sports, I don't sport. These are the only two categories YouTube gives you for live streaming, is gaming and sports. I'm not gaming content, and I'm not sport content. But even right now, like live gaming, okay, it doesn't tell me how many people are watching each one of these. Like this is all there is for YouTube Live. So unless you're already subscribed to my channel, or you like click on my links on Twitter or like Discord, you're very rarely, like sometimes YouTube will suggest on your homepage a live stream if you're like, if the algorithm deems you worthy, but that's it. There's no like you go on Twitch. So Twitch TV, okay, categories. Okay, it's IRL. Where's the IRL categories? So pools and hot tubs, no. Fitness, science and technology. So if I was in science and technology right now, on this category on Twitch, I would be the top channel, right? Because right now the top channel is Intel with 311 viewers. So if I was on Twitch, I would be the top channel in this category right now. But on YouTube, you just have sports and gaming, and that's it. So in terms of discoverability, that is something, like, it is nice we have gifted memberships now. It is nice, like, YouTube is starting to roll out a bunch of these features that are on Twitch. But the discoverability is still the biggest hurdle that YouTube doesn't have, is just being able to find somebody live. Like, it's not like Twitch where you can just browse live people. Now, granted, most people just watch the people they watch. But, yeah. Panzerkatten, SEK 100, ad. Time to start the 3D printer Olympics. Fashion and beauty. I don't want to get banned off YouTube. That's why I didn't pull up the hot tub category either. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You have to search for the video and live. Like, you can't just browse. You have to know what you're looking for. That's the problem. So... So we'll see. We'll see. How many? I watch a lot of Twitch. I watch a good amount of Twitch. I don't watch gaming though. I don't watch gaming on Twitch. I watch usually live creators or variety streamers for the most part. But like that's a good chunk of my online content that I consume is I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube and I watch Twitch. I don't watch TV. I'll watch the odd movie, but that's about it. Because I get infinitely more content that's I like more off of YouTube and Twitch than generic TV show number 47. If you do beard grooming tips, then you can go on fashion and beauty. I wash. I get a shower. I use beard shampoo every other day, and then I use a beard oil and brush it after the shower. And that's about it. I am in need of a trim though. But the problem is, like, I need to get a haircut, like, bad. But I got a wedding in like 3 weeks, so I got to wait closer to the wedding to get the haircut, because I don't want to get the haircut now and then I need to get a haircut again. So, you watched Top Gun? I did. It's so good. Maker Deck, it's cool, but it's just printers printing in the background. I need more auditory. Like, I need talking. Do you consider to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time? Nope. I do not want to split my audience, for one. And two, time and time again, it has shown that except for extremely niche cases, it's not worth it. I know LTT does, but they're like pretty much one of the only big channels that do. Also, it was for now. Twitch just changed this, but also for a long time, if you were partnered on Twitch, you were banned. Like, they did not allow you to stream on other platforms. Now you can, but you still aren't allowed to do multi-stream to YouTube. So if I was on Twitch, I wouldn't be able to monetize my channel, other than I think bits. And I think, can you do subs? Can you sub to a channel that isn't partnered? But you also get a lower cut. Anyways, I would not be able to be partnered with Twitch if I did both. So why would I stream to a platform that I don't make any, like, they take a big chunk of the money that I would make if I was streaming there. And if in exposure, well, I'm streaming to Twitch. That's the Twitch audience. The vast majority of people who watch Twitch don't, like, there's very little crossover. So Worth replacing a 5X spider? Nope. If your printer is currently running just fine, there's no point to get a Manta, because you won't see any improvement at all. The only difference would be is the Raspberry Pi is now on the controller board, and you saved yourself a USB cable. If I ever stream on Twitch, it'll be like gaming or something that's not this. So if I were to ever feel like, hey, I'm gonna do a gaming stream one night because why not? I got nothing else to do. It would be on Twitch. Put it that way. Also, another problem with Twitch, the VODs. Like, a lot of my content on my YouTube channel, like in terms of like the views, I have streams that get decent views weeks and months later. On YouTube, VODs aren't watched anywhere near as much. Usually they're a pain to search, and they get deleted after like 15 days. So, like right now on my YouTube channel, like I have VODs that have, you know, 65,000 views that are a year old that still get regular high view counts, which as a YouTuber, AdSense and long form content is really nice. But, yeah, it like what the content I do makes more sense on YouTube. Also, now I have, ooh, shoot, let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! I've got 5 videos now with over 100,000 views. Yay! How many views am I at total? 6.2 million. Neat. It actually is higher than that, but I have about 1 million views hidden because they're non 3D printer stuff, because my channel's like from 2006. Oh, there you go. My channel is from April 2006, so I have a bunch of stuff of like me and doing my pew pew stuff back in the day, and EVE Online that actually did decent in views, but it's not my current channel content, so I have that stuff hidden. What are VODs? Video on demand. So content that you can watch at any time. So I do live stream content, which is this right now. If you're watching it live, hi, this is live. But if you were to watch this later, it'd be considered a VOD, video on demand. Same thing with just standard YouTube videos. That's a VOD. So video on demand. That's how people differentiate between live content and just normal not live content. Is we call it a VOD. So Twitch streamers re-upload. Yeah, see, or I could just stream right to YouTube where the vast majority of my audience is, and financially makes a lot more sense. Plus, I could stream at 1440p 60 FPS on YouTube. I think Twitch is still locked at 1080p. I played EVE. I played EVE back like 2009, 2010, maybe 2011. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago. Like I played EVE back when Bob was around. Yeah, it's one of those games like when I played EVE, I was a low sec pirate in like the low sec space around Old Man Star with like we were in a pirate corps. I can't remember what we were even called, but there's like 20 of us, and we would just go around in like Tyrannuses and like cruisers and like light stuff, and we just pirate shit, like low sec pirate shit back in the day. And then I don't know, so like tons of good memories of like camping stuff, and like it was just fun. Like, and then I quit for a while, came back, the core was dead. I ended up joining a low sec core or zero secs core for a while, and after like a month or two, I was like, this isn't for me. I did kill a Titan at one point back when that was actually something of note. Or I was involved in a Titan kill. I was like one of like 300 people, but those Eve Wars that actually made mainstream. No, I was not. I was a low sec pirate. And then what else? I played a lot of PlanetSide too, like the original PlanetSide back in the day. I played PlanetSide for a while, off and on over like 3 or 4 years. That was fun. Played PlanetSide. I tried playing PlanetSide 2, I just couldn't get into it though. 2 pay to winnie. OMS Pirates, yeah, they were fun though. How many 3D printers have you destroyed? Officially only I think the Ender 3. Yeah, the Ender 3. And the Monoprice Select Mini, because it just got complete, like I ripped it for parts. Yeah, see, I tried playing PlanetSide 2 when it first came out, and I just really couldn't get into it. It didn't, like, I really liked the original PlanetSide. Like, the way, like, PlanetSide 2 just felt very Zergy, and with the, like, the cash shop, I didn't like it. I don't like games with cash shops. So I kind of just stopped playing it after a while. Now it's, like, way different. But I was in the beta for PlanetSide 2. So this is printing better with the red filament. So yeah, that issue on the bow that you're seeing, that is the Polyterra. So the red filament, which is Canadian Filament's red, yeah. When I'm to the Ender 3, I ripped it apart. I just took it apart. I wasn't using it, so I scrounged it for parts. I might use it for something in the future, but we'll see. Don't wear this shirt next time. What? What's wrong with the shirt? Oh, I see. Because I got the screen minimized here, so I don't really see it. So let me. Does it do it on a full screen? Full screen. No. Oh, jeez. So I pushed the wrong button, made that full screen. Yeah. What do you mean? The shirt's fine. Full screen, the shirt's fine. But if you minimize it, maybe make me full screen then. Polyterra wet? I don't know, because I printed stuff with the Polyterra that doesn't have that issue. So I'm thinking some printers I think have issues with the Polyterra, because like here's a headless me. This is printed in Polyterra and this is fine. Like the exact same filament. This was on the KP3 too. So it's the same tool head. Oh, the morph. Oh, when it's like this? Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, sorry. Well, the stream's over in 6 minutes anyways. So if you haven't had your chance to enter for the draw to win some Polymaker filament, do this now. The headless Nero. Yeah, it kept overcooking the head. So it looked like one of the bad guys, like the zombie things from whatchamacallit. The Last of Us. Okay, 1 second here. Because apparently that more pattern is annoying. So let me go take a look, see what we got. Will that do? Yeah, that'll do. We'll do. Wear a traditional outfit. There you go. There we go. So hopefully that doesn't annoy you guys. There we go. There we go. Is there any printers designs able to apply filament across layers, perhaps a secondary head with Many degrees of movement. You could do that with like a 5-axis. You would need a 5-axis machine to do that, or a tilting head, and the tilting head would have to tilt and rotate. It's been done. You can remember, you can always slap a V6 on a Kuka arm and do whatever the heck you want. So you can do it. It can be done, but is it practical or required? That's the thing. So. Frick, I'm just shilling LTT today, by the way, because this is the LTT shirt. Might get stuff. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think that's better. Okay. Affording a Kuka arm is another thing. That it is. That it is. Any thoughts about the Voron belt mod in the future? I don't know, because here's the thing. This is the problem. The mod is a mod, but this is what you got to worry about, because I know there's somebody there's Zaribo that sells their printer, which looks like a Voron, but you know, copy my homework, but don't make it look like you're copying my homework. But this is the patent for a conveyor or other transport mechanism to supply multiple sequential parts from a 3-dimensional fabrication machine. Fairly coded, each object, blah, blah, blah. So the patent is that the belt is 90 degrees to the bed, or the tool head is 90 degrees to the belt or something. This is a patent. This is patented in the US. This is why belt printers are on a 45. Okay, it also allows continuous motion. So, selling that, yeah. And this is, in case this ain't no small company that you could just kind of roll over and not care. This is Stratasys who owns the patent. So, yeah. I am not a lawyer. I just know I don't mess with belt printers that have tool heads 90 degrees to the belt for a reason. So. At least I don't have an LTT hat. I don't have an LTT. I will say though, I've purchased LTT shirts. This is an LTT shirt. Got the LTT. This is actually a really comfy shirt. I like this shirt, and I like the water bottle. Hopefully I like the screwdriver. If not, it's content. And if I do, it's content. Well, they're not patent trolls. They're just, they patented stuff back in the day because they created it. Like, there's patents for everything. There's a lot of things that are patented. It's just 3D printing. We love our open source, so we see every patent as evil. But there are patents in every industry. It's just 3D printing because there's a big open source aspect of 3D printing. There's kind of that conflict. So, 20 years. See, yeah, I don't like 20 years. I don't think it should be 20 years. The problem is it needs to be long enough that you could develop something, bring it to market, and recoup your investment on the patent. Now, how long is that? Is that 5 or 10 years? Is it 20 years? Personally, I think 20 years is too long. I would be a big fan of it shortening down to like 10 years or even 5 years. But certain things, you got to hope that you have that window of exclusivity that you got from developing that thing before other people start knocking it off. You got to hope you make your money back on it. That's the problem. That patent expired. And if I'm not mistaken, you could do a heated printer. It's just you had to have the motors outside of the enclosure. Would need a best. Yeah, that's another thing. When you want to do fancy things with 3D printing in terms of like motion systems, you need a slicer that supports it, and that's kind of a problem. Where is the mic on this anyways? Oh, there it is. Let me... Yeah, whatever. Facing the wrong way. Okay, we're going to end the stream there. It's 4:30. Let's do our giveaway. So every stream we give away a spool of filament. So let me close that down. So no new entries. So create spreadsheet. Create. Actually, put it right there. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. What do you consider open source filament? Sharing the TDS formula? You just need to like when it comes to it, you just need whatever needs to go on the MSDS sheet, material safety data sheet, is it. You don't need to share the exact chemical makeup of it. It's like Coca-Cola or like any consumer product. You just need to know what's the MSDS information. That's all I hold filament manufacturers liable to. Forgot to enter. You know why? Because I didn't pin it. Normally I put a little message saying don't forget to enter, and I pin it in chat. I didn't pin it, and we have 100 less entries than we normally do. So for those that did enter, hey, you have slightly better odds this time. It's only 1 in 500 versus usually 1 in 600 plus. So every stream we give a spool of filament away from Polymaker. If you win, you'll get an email from me after the stream ends. Fill out the form. You get your filament. A couple days to a couple weeks, depending on where you live in the world. Open source for the community. You're selling a consumer product, though. It's filament. It's a manufactured product. It's different than like a 3D printer design. It is the same as selling this. It's a consumable. I go into a store. I buy this. I expect the same safety regulations to be followed with this, as my Rode Wireless Go. Like it's a consumer. That's all you got to follow. That's all I expect. Okay, this is the Thomas. Why did you put a number down? Why did you put a number down? Thomas, I didn't ask for a number yet. Why did you put a number down? We're not doing the draw until Thomas explains why he jumped the gun. Check, you're being called out right now. Delaying the stream. I got stuff to do, Thomas. I gotta go buy groceries. I'm so sorry. That's why we can't have nice things. Okay, give me a number between 1 and 5. It's KP5L. KP5L. Give me a number between 1 and 5. Three, 5. Problem is there's a delay, so I don't know the exact time it starts. So we're gonna go with 3 because why not? 1, 2, 3. Spin the wheel. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, frick if I know. Big money, big money, big money. Tony Manufacturing. Hopefully you're a person and not a company. Let me pull up your information. Tony Manufacturing. Congratulations, Tony. So, you will get an email from me after the stream ends. Fill out a form. You get some filament. So there we go. Rigged. Okay, we're going to end the stream there. So, as you can see, this is still printing. It's looking much better with this filament. While I like the Polyterra, obviously it appears to have an issue sometimes unless you get a tuned profile for it. But yeah, I will post a picture of this print up on the Twitters. Again, shout out to Kingroon for providing this printer. Shout out to Canadian Customs for throwing it into a black hole for like 2 months. So it's not as relevant right now, but yeah, is what it is. I don't know if I'll do a review on this printer or if you'll probably ever see it again, but initial impressions, it seems pretty solid. I wish it had bed leveling. Bed leveling and a flex plate. Having the bed come without me needing to tension it would have been nice. The frame feels solid. It's got a decent controller board. The tool head's okay. But yeah, the ability, a bed leveling probe, a flex plate, and a little bit more QC issues would have been nicer. But otherwise, not unimpressed with it. It is more budget machine. But yeah. So that's my initial impressions of it. This is not a review. We haven't even finished one print on it. So we're going to end the stream there. For those that donated to the stream, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, you are awesome. You allow me to create the content I create, do the things I do. I would not be able to do it without your continued support. So I give you a shout out. Thank you. Shout out to Kingroon for providing the printer. Again, words and opinions are my own. I'm not being paid for this. All they did was send the printer. I am waiting for FedEx to hit me with a bill that I do not want. So looking forward to that. Yay. And then also, shout out to Polymaker for sponsoring the spool of filament that we give away every stream. Friday will be a print and chill stream with the Voron, the 1.0. Maybe we'll try and do some dual color stuff with it. Let's see. Yeah. It's Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you Friday. Cheers. Bye.